I made 2 trades this morning on the ES4 Renko on 12/16/2011. I entered the first trade on this bar right here and exited as a new bar was forming, and where I put this red diamond in here. Now this was a 3-point profit in this trade, and I got out of the trade when the swing cycle VB crossed below its variable band and was heading down right here. Now I'll show you 2 techniques that I used on this trade, and I sometimes use in trading. The first one is that Renko bars are very good at showing support and resistance, and I drew a line across this chart at resistance where this Renko bar came up here and hit resistance, went back down here, then came back up here, hit the same resistance here, went back down, got to resistance here, and went through resistance right here, which is where I took the trade. I wanted to show you the data box here, and I put the crosshairs on this bar here, which is the first time it came up to this resistance, and you can see it hit resistance at the high here at 12/20/75, which is right there. Also, I wanted to show you how I put a trend line on the DMI differential indicator, and I drew this trend line between the 2 peaks on the indicator here, and then when it breaks above that trend line, as long as the other indicators agree, then that's a good place to take the trade. So I had a couple things going for this trade. It wasn't much of a trade, it was only 3 points, but in any event, the fact that it crossed above resistance, which was hit twice back in here, actually 3 times, and then the next bar went up through it, and at that same time the DMI differential crossed above that trend line, which I put connecting the 2 peaks and then extending it beyond that. The new up triangle had formed right here, and the dicks had turned green and moved up, and the linear regression slope and R square were moving up here, and the Bollinger Band differential oscillator was well above its 0 line and was moving up here. So for all these reasons, that's why I took this trade. Now here I put the crosshairs on the second bar here, and actually I drew the this line across here after this bar bounced back here, so right around in this area is where I drew the bar. And you can see with the crosshairs on this bar here, the high once again was 12/20/75. So what I did after this hit here a couple times, I put a buy stop up in this area at 12/21, a quarter of a point above this high point. Soon as this resistance was broken right here, that triggered my buy stop. When you trigger a buy stop, that becomes a market order. Market orders are filled in the order that they're taken. Now I had this market order in, I had this buy stop in about 5 minutes before the equity hit there. So I think it's safe to say that I was really first in line to get my order filled on the market order, which was produced when the equity hit my buy stop at 12/21. So I got a good fill. And if you put with the trading with these indicators and the Renko bars, you can very often put a buy stop in ahead of time, because you know exactly what the size of the bar is, you know which direction it's going to go with the indicators, and so you can get in first in line for a buy stop. Now here is my second trade of the day. I entered in this bar here, and the swing cycle VB was red and plastered along the bottom right here, which it will often do on a strong downtrend. You can see I drew another trend line across the DMI differential from this time from the two bottom peaks right here and right in here, and then it crossed below that actually pretty much on this bar here, and then I got in the trade on the next bar as the dots turned red right in here. Also, the linear regression slope was moving down at this time. Also, the Bollinger Band differential oscillator indicator line had crossed below the Bollinger Bands here, and the midline dashes had turned red right in here. So this was a good, very good spot to enter a trade. The swing cycle VB stayed plastered here. It started to move up here. The Bollinger Band differential oscillator flattened here. The DMI differential started to move up here, and the DIX started to move up in here. So all in all, I thought it was a good point to get out of the trade, which I did right in here for 7 points profit. So it was a total of 10 points for this Friday, 12/16/2011. It turned out to be a good week's trading, and I'll see all of you again next Monday. If you'd like to learn more about these indicators, please visit my website at ninjaindicators4u.com.